time for the second eviction of the year, and I don't think that there was any real surprise at all whatsoever. You know, we're at a point, even though it's only the second week of the season, where you can't trust a single word that comes out of Josh's mouth. And ultimately, that just dooms him for failure. Personally, if I'm in the house, I want to keep that person around. You know, that big alliance of Sunsetters, I feel like they very easily could have flipped things and got Rohan out, which long term, you know, may expose them a little bit, but it really, like, what's the harm in keeping Josh in the house? Like, he has no allies, he has no alliances, he's likely not going to start winning every competition that rolls through the house, so why not keep him around? You know, we're still at that point in the game, though, where it's early. People don't want to step on other people's toes. And you just kind of want to keep things smooth and level in the house before the alliances and different groups of people really start going after each other. I quite enjoyed the house meeting. It was just like, all right, everybody, let's get together and we'll each openly discuss the lies that we were told by Josh. I was kind of just chuckling the whole time. And, you know, it's at that point where it's like, all right, buddy, it doesn't matter what sort of plan or deals or promises you make. You're just not being saved. Like, it's done. It's over. So when it came down to the actual vote, I was not surprised to see it a unanimous vote to evict Josh. You know, if I'm in that house, I'm still throwing that hinky vote though, because why not stir things up at least a little bit? Get people talking a little bit. Like, it's maybe a little too peaceful in the house, and in my opinion, we're definitely creeping into the territory where the Sunsetters are going to be set up to totally steamroll the game. You know, at least until like for like a few more weeks here. Also on top of that, you know, I'm watching the HOH at the end, and I think Jed was the only one of the six who'd been knocked out when the broadcast ended. So I would not be surprised if they have the HOH this week, which will be very interesting to see who the Sunsetters are actually targeting, like who they view in the house as their biggest threat. You know, kind of have Rohan and Kyle and Tara kind of forming a little group. You have Austin and Braden. They kind of have their own little clique. You know, Victoria still seems like a total lone wolf in the game. So, you know, I don't really know who their target is. And like, if I'm objectively looking at things, it's got to be Rohan and Mike, right? Or Mike, Kyle, whatever. Names are close enough, right? It's got to be those guys, because even though Austin has won a competition, I just don't really see like what Rohan and Kyle's goals are. So to me, that's threatening, especially when you know they're going to work together. So maybe they end up being targets this week. You know, Rohan already been used as a pawn. Then once that happens once in a season, you can always just keep going back to that well and finding reasons to use that person as a pawn again and again, even when maybe they end up being your target. So I'm going to wrap things up there for tonight. I'll be back again next Monday for find out who the actual HOH is, as well as who lands themselves on the block. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Until later. We'll see you.